So what we're talking about. So Jeff sent me this PowerPoint. This is from the sprint from the last one that they did. And it's all about kind of having this leadership mindset, which is kind of hard to have when you're first starting, you're building your revenue share group. You might have one person or haven't recruited anyone, or maybe you have two people. And it's hard to have that conversation of go ahead and start thinking big and thinking like a leader and, really building that momentum. So I really like these slides because we went to an event like this and it kind of made us start to think bigger. And, if I had a big group, what kind of a leader would be running that? And what kind of people who, would duplicate, what kind of classes or training would they need? And so I will share this. We have a link to these slides. So if you guys want to actually go through all of them today, at your own pace, I'll share the link with you, but then we'll go over the other half of these probably next week. Send this to you guys so you'll have it. Awesome. Okay. Do you guys see my slide of the build momentum?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay. So the whole idea really, and it's hard to think like this, but it's all about mindset. And so, and Gene taught this class and he said, you have to move fast. Like when you have momentum, you run with it. They call it the sprint because they want you to go, okay, I have 0 people and I want to have 25 by the end of the year, right? And success, brings more success. If you just go, oh, if I've had one every 2 months and I, by the end of the year, I have 5 people to work with, it's going to take you a lot longer to hit that compounding interest, if you will. So logic makes you think, emotion makes you act. When you're talking to people, kind of go through that process of, yes, we have great splits, and yes, you're going to have stock options, and there's all these data points that you can talk about. But if you really get emotional with that person you're talking to and say, how's life? Like, what's going on? How's your business? How are your kids? And really kind of put them in this forward thinking mindset. Emotion is what makes you act. I know that Jeff wanted to talk about some events that are coming up, and I feel like big decisions are made at big events. So if you're talking to someone and they're kind of on the fence, bring in that emotion by having them surrounded by other, top performers, and take advantage of the Tony Robbins or the Vegas event. Agents fail at this, not because they don't know what they're doing, but because they don't know why they're doing it. You kind of go through this process of, okay, you tell me to bring on one person a month and kind of help them out, but they don't have that long-term vision of what this is going to do for them, why they're going through that process. Why you're going to an open house, so you do it because there's an outcome there. This is more of a long-term play, like a 2-year play or a 5-year play. And so really know why you're doing it. You should know why your top leaders are doing it as well. So here's a fun exercise. I'm sure a lot of you have kind of already gone through this, but envision your ideal lifestyle. So what would be your ideal lifestyle statement? Figure out what wall your ladder should be leaning on. I think that's really cool. One of the slides said, the worst feeling is to get to the very top of the ladder and realize that you did all that work, but you're leaning on the wrong wall. Like you did all that work towards the wrong goal, if you will. So kind of envision your ideal lifestyle, kind of make a statement of, this is why I'm doing this. After showing 15 houses and writing 4 offers, why am I spending 30 more minutes on a Zoom talking to someone trying to build my revenue share business? And then share that with your family. Do you guys all have either a will chart or a vision board?
Yes. Yes.
I love it. Yeah, so that's huge. And it's crazy because the things that you put on there, somehow they, happen to actually come true. I mean, almost everything that we've built out on our list has come true, or you just, every year your vision board even changes of, okay, something bigger or something different, or my priorities have changed. So here's just a sample of a mission statement of why you're doing things, and then what your values are for you and your business and your family. And then just do like personal, like he has 1 through 10. I do a 1-year goal, a 2-year goal, and then a 5-year goal, but you guys can do whatever. But really having this played out to be able to look at it, share with your family, be held accountable. This will make you go that extra step for your future. Do you guys have a business plan, like a layout of, okay, I'm going to do this by this date?
Yeah. Have you done something like that one right there where it's all printed out?
So I have a Google sheet that I did because I'm like a spreadsheet person. And so I'll have the goal. And then what I found is if you have a goal and you are really specific about it, and then you add a timeline to it, it's a lot more likely to happen, because then you can track if you're on track or not. So I like that he has, my goal is to earn, whatever, and then he puts a timeline on it. So yeah, if you don't do it here or you don't have it on your vision board, I do a Google spreadsheet just because it's easy and I can share it with people. Jeff and I can hold each other accountable. Like our goal is 1,000 agents by the end of this year and 3,000 by the end of next year. Right. And then we show what that residual income would be and what do we want to do with that? How many houses do we want to invest in? We're looking at an Airbnb today. And so it's just having that kind of mindset of, I'm doing something now that might not even benefit me now. It'll benefit me in 2 years. And we're not trained to think that far in the future. Typically we're trained, I know how I grew up, it was, can I pay my electric bill, on Friday? Like we think really short term. So this will help you think kind of long term on why you're building your RevShare group.
I swear to you, I was reading that book that you pushed. I don't know if you've read the book yet. You mentioned, or maybe Amy did, that Atomic Habits.
Yes.
Atomic Habits. That is right out of what you just said, is right out of like chapter 5 or chapter 6 of Atomic Habit, which is a life-changing book, by the way.
I love that. Yeah.
Amazing book.
If you guys haven't read that, put it on your list. Yeah, chapter 2 and chapter 5 are my absolute favorites. And chapter 2 starts off with like, what would a successful person, almost like you do the whole WWJD thing, only it's for business. Like, what would a successful person be doing right now? Or what would they do with their time? Or what would a healthy person be eating right now? And so you make decisions of your life based on the person you want to be in the future rather than what's convenient right now. So I love that. Okay, so let's say you pictured your lifestyle, right? Okay, my 2-year plan or 5-year plan, what does that look like? Does anyone have like a dream almost of, if I were to really hustle for the next 5 years, I would have a beach house or I don't know, Maserati or another kid or a horse or anything that's on their list?
I'll have another kid.
Yeah. I'd look good.
Just one more.
I'm tired.
I'd look good.
Read the crowd.
Anything else other than the kid guy?
Look at Joe's comment. What's yours, Joe? No, wait, Joe, seriously.
What's my 2 to 5 year plan? Why you got to put me out there?
No. What's your dream, man?
Your lifestyle.
What's my lifestyle?
Dream lifestyle.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Oh,
20 seconds. Go ahead.
Just to wake up in the morning. I mean, it's probably impossible, but just to wake up in the morning and really have no worries. I think that's impossible. I think you can have it all and still worry about losing it. But just to wake up in the morning and just be extremely comfortable with what I have planned for today.
I love that.
Yeah, like that's what financial freedom. It gives you the freedom to choose what you'd like to do, and it carries on. It lets you choose who you want to work with, who you don't want to work with, who you have to work with, who you don't have to work with, and sometimes you can just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go golf today. I'm not gonna worry about anything because I don't have to. So now, obviously, that's not every day, obviously, but maybe with painting a picture of residual lifestyle, then maybe, just maybe. So, but you said it early on, it seems impossible, but whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. But that's so quotable, Joe, what you said. Just wake up and not have to worry about it.
Yep.
Thank you.
How much do you think that would cost a month? Like, how much money would need to passively wake up money for you to go, all right, I've got this. Like, I might happen to sell a house today, but I'm covered.
I'm going to say probably about 10 grand a month.
That's awesome. So that could be your why. Like if you do a 2-year plan, because I just did this with Deborah May and she said, her goal was 10,000 a month, and it was right under 2 years it would take her, if she really worked on it, to have that passive income coming in. And so that's her why now of, I'm working my butt off now and I might be getting $200 or $300 a month in RevShare maybe, but to see, I'm going to be able to wake up and not have to worry about anything in 2 years. That's her reason why she's doing it. That's awesome. All right, so let's create a plan. Let's say you're like, okay, I need $10,000 a month. passive income. I have 2 years because you want to put a timeline on everything. So you'll say, you know, I need at least, Jeff, how many people do you think that is? I can look on my sheet.
For what? Sorry.
$10,000 a month.
10,000. I mean, I would think the average agent gives you about $1,000 per year.
I'm going to pull it up.
So if you'd like 10,000 in residual income every single month, passive income, you could have
It's just
$2.5 million sitting in your bank, making about half a point a year, or you can probably attract, 100, productive agents, or not. It's not even do 100 productive agents. Just attract 10 productive agents, and then teach each of those 10 how you attracted 10, right? And then that will, by helping other people achieve their goal, by default, you hit your goal. That's how this model works. So,
well, hey, Boss
do
Jeff,
that.
I'm going to ask the same question that Boss Amanda asked, but I'm going to ask you a different way.
Yeah.
All right? So here's the question. I got one of those massive wealth charts that splits out the FLQs and the FLQAs.
Sure.
Right? So I've had a couple of agents that just never have gotten off the ground, part-timers that I recruited from the real estate school, right? So I've lost a couple lately. No problem on my revenue share. So my question to you, sir, is this. So to get 10 productive, steady, like 20, you need to have 20 on the rolls?
I mean, every agent is not created equally, Cam. So
Yeah.
What I do know is most productive agents know other productive agents, and most new agents know other brand new agents. So, I mean, I would just kind of shift. Obviously, it's good to help out new agents, get them plugged in and stuff like that. But, and it's, real estate's tough. People looks like it's easy, but I would say a lot of people end up quitting, probably a big majority of them within 6 months. So
I still speak at the champion school. I know all the stats.
I would focus on productive agents because they typically know other productive agents. So that's what I would do. But I kind of worried at the same time. I had some attrition at first, and I went to our coach, Sean Kokoska, and I said, man, I'm talking in good meetings. I'm getting them plugged in. They're doing their scripts. They're doing this. And then they just quit, man. And I was like, how do I stop that from happening? Because I don't like that. And he said, just like you've heard before, you can only help the people that's, coming towards you. You cannot chase those people. Go find 5 other agents. And because the amount of time it's going to take you to get that agent back, let's say you could talk them into coming back to EXP and do all that time and effort that you pour into that one agent that wants to leave, you could have gotten 5 other agents. So he said, it's tough, but we see it. We probably have, I don't know, a couple agents every month just either quit real estate in general or go to another brokerage. But that's okay. That's the nature of this game, I think.
Yeah, that's good answer. Thank you.
Look for 10 hungry, motivated people, because that's, for me, I kind of within 5 minutes, you can tell if they're going to be successful or not. They have that drive, they have that mindset, or they're just kind of bored and they want a hobby.
Use that script that you went over so beautifully last week, and it smokes them out really fast.
No, that's good. Let's keep on moving through these slides. There's only 200 left.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
We won't go through all of them, I promise. But yeah, let's say your goal is to find 10 people and then help them each get 10 people. I think that that's something really, and those 10 people, some people will get 1 or 2, and some people will be like a Mickey and have 200 in their group. I mean, it's just wild. Or be like us and have, hundreds and hundreds. But whatever your number is, you need to really make a space for that in your life. And so I know Pat does Freedom Fridays, which I really love, but you can apply that to, Momentum Mondays or Wealth Building Wednesdays, and really block out, 2 or 3 hours of your day, or 30 minutes a day, every day, Monday through Friday, but time block and really work on making those calls, doing agent attraction, doing your follow-ups, using your wealth chart, like treat it like a business, because this could pay you for the rest of your life. So if your goal is to wake up stress-free and not having to worry about who's going to pay the mortgage next month, it's worth carving out, 3 hours a week or so, dedicate this. And the more time you put into it, just like real estate, the more results you're going to see. be. So follow the plan with the passion, be strategic about it, be focused about it, and just keep that vision board or that will chart or that, okay, this is my ideal statement of I'm going to wake up stress-free, somewhere where you can see it, where your whole family can see it, to where they know why you're doing what you're doing. Be purposeful about your prospecting, be enthusiastic, be so excited. I know we did a whole class on conviction. Before you can tell people about the company, you have to know deep within yourself that this is the best real estate brokerage in the entire world. And once you have that, that conviction, then you can go out and go, oh my gosh, you need to look at this. Oh my gosh, we need to meet, then it's easier for you to tell them all about it. And then a lot of people, hesitate to reach out to their upline. As soon as you join the company, you have 7 business partners. They are your business partners or your mentors. So don't really call them your upline. But what's cool is we want to help you. We benefit when you grow. And so don't ever go, sorry to bother you, or I'm sure you're busy. Everybody is busy, but we all grow when we win together. So please utilize us. We'll do 3-way calls. We'll do 3-way Zooms. We love it. Okay, so work desperately to sponsor your first 10 agents. You need to have a sense of urgency for this. Not like, okay, I'm going to start and I might find one person. And if someone asks me about it, I might introduce them to Jeff or Amanda. Have this, I don't know if you've heard Brent Gove's story, but he had like 90 people in his first 90 days. And he was like, I'm just going to go, 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 go. And then I'll take a breath. And so he created this huge 12-month business plan where he was going to have at least 40 people. He ended up having a lot more than that. But if you went 10, put a timeline on it. Like, I need to have it within the first 3 months. And even if you fail, you're going to have 5 or 6 people within just 3 months, which is huge. So does anyone have like okay, by the end of the year, I'm going to have X amount of people? Something like big and exciting that creates momentum?
Yes, I had
No, you go ahead.
okay. Yeah, I had like 25 and I got like super behind and I was like started lowering my goals, but that was a big problem.
Don't do that.
Were you laughing at, Jeff?
No, I say it because I relate to it so much, because we had a big goal and the man was like, well, if we just lower it, and I was like, no, what the hell is the point of a goal if you're just going to keep on lowering it? So what I did is kind of shifted and I started preparing. I started acting like that was already here, right? We already have 1,000 active agents. And if we had 1,000 active agents, what would we need to do? Who would we need to hire? What things do we need to put in place to ensure those agents stay? Blah, blah, blah. Just kind of thinking like that. You just kind of think a little bit differently. But it's funny because we had that same conversation, man. It's like, we're not adding as many people as we could, but if we
I wanted to change my spreadsheet, and Jeff's like, don't touch that. We need to know.
That doesn't make any sense. So that's the whole point of a goal, is to get you a little bit stressed out about it. But you can only be stressed out about it if other people are holding you accountable. So if your goal, Joe, is to have 25 active agents in your revenue share group by the end of the year, dude, it's only July 13th. My goodness, we got all the time in the world. Just keep plugging in and keep doing it, and already assume that you have 25 people.
This is why I love getting on here. Because you two are so motivating. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's all mindset, man. It's hard to have a good mindset every day, but if you train yourself to just think differently, and even if you're having a bad day, just intentionally ensure that you have a good day. Someone asked me the other day, you put in your email thread, make it a blessed day. Why don't you just say, have a blessed day? And I was like, well, that's 2 different things. You could have a blessed day and wake up and just be feeling good, right? Maybe go to church and get home and you're just having a good day. Or you can wake up feeling like crap and you can make yourself have a blessed day. So anyway.
Yes, but if you're ever stressed, you're like, oh my gosh, this is hard. I have to get 25 people. I now have a second job kind of thing. I know there was a post that I loved and it said, the people you work today, like most people don't work, to have tomorrow what most people will not have. And so if you have that mindset of, I want to wake up without stress, you're going to have a little bit of stress for the next few years, and then you're going to be set forever. Jeff and I have like a ton in escrow. We're getting our tails kicked in production, and we're still investing into this. And sometimes when we're crazy busy, we'll go 2 more years, or now we're down to 18 more months. And so it's really, even when life is crazy, it's so cool to have something amazing to look forward to. It's totally
Shima, what's your goal end of the year? How many? Well, it doesn't even have to be, I know we're talking about agent attraction, but what's some goals you want to hit before the end of the year?
I would like to have another rental property and 25 agents. Now, it's been a
Great.
little difficult. I've got one leaving college, one going into college,
Oh my.
and I'm teaching and working for the graduate school. So yeah,
Good.
You're not busy, are you?
You're not busy, are you?
it's been so crazy.
The cool thing is just get them a little interested and say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to meet Amanda. And then you're
Yeah.
done. I mean, by the end of it, they'll be signing up. We'll do the discovery call with them. We'll get them plugged in.
It's finding the people.
Yeah.
Well, it's the other people on the other side of the transaction. Somebody that you would know if you called them. What I did very early on is I would call my friends or past clients, sometimes in other markets or anybody, and be like, hey, let's say you call someone in Dallas. Hey, I'm looking to do something in Dallas. Who's the agent that you know over there? Like, who's the best agent over there? And they'll say, oh, Cam is the best agent in Dallas. You got to call Cam. All right, can you give me Cam's information? And you can say, hey, Cam, Bill told me to reach out to you. You said you're the best agent in Dallas. How's business? You can either do it that way. I mean, straight
That's
the
what
hardcore way, but go ahead, Amanda.
That's exactly what Wilco did because he was new to real estate. He didn't even sell houses and he didn't know anyone. So he was like, who's the top realtor in your area? And then piggyback off of events like Amy's doing a lunch and learn in Plano, I think this week. Hit up some people in Dallas and be like, oh my gosh, I want to invite you to something. There's free lunch, there's gonna be happy hours, it's gonna be amazing. If I could get you a spot, would you come? And invite 20 people and maybe 2 or 3 will come and 1 or 2 of them will show up and actually sign up, but you didn't even have to leave your house. Just make that one of your 2-hour sessions.
Yeah, or you can be intentional about your social media posts. Maybe do stuff that indirectly promotes EXP, and then someone may have a question about the model or whatever you kind of want to do. So there's all types of different ways to do it, but it's easy to do and it's easy not to do, right?
Right.
Do you have anyone in your downline now that also wants to be like a leader in the future, wants to grow? Not yet.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, me, but
Right. Well, so I love B. It says get a running partner. It's so much more fun when you can bounce off of someone. And so
right.
Even if that's me and you're just like, hey, I'm giving you a quick update, Friday update, talk to 3 people, 2 might be interested, 1 signing up, just to kind of have that feedback back and forth. I know Amy and Hui do that. They had a mad dash to the first 100 people in the group and Hui beat her and now she's just now hitting 100 and it's so fun for them. They're almost accountability partners now. So it's nice to have everybody.
Sounds good. Good ideas.
Yes. Okay, so first 60 days. Let's say today is the first day of your first 60 days, especially for both of you guys. If you want 25, every other week you want to be bringing on a new business partner, which is cool. So what's neat is you already have an onboarding concierge. We have one of those. We have Sydney who can walk them through everything. You'll want to know their personality type, probably because we're in the people business. You'll know right away if they're really detail oriented, or if they want to just go, they're a high D, they just want to knock it out, or if they want to feel good about it. And, you want to love on them here and there because they're high I. I love this. And this is something that I think Jeff and I were going to start doing 2 meetings when they join. So after they do their application, you'll tell them all the things, about EXP, right? Well, it's very overwhelming. And so yesterday I did a discovery call with Andrea and it was just like, how are things going? Let me walk you through some things. Here's the cloud office. Here's, enterprise, here's reasons why most people join, what's important to you kind of thing. You don't even talk business. You just talk about EXP and getting her plugged in and make sure she feels supported. Here's where you go if you have questions kind of thing. And then after that, you set up. So you book a meeting from a meeting. You never leave without going, okay, next Tuesday, we're going to meet, and then do a strategy call and then really talk about their business, how many houses they want to sell, maybe do that ETA build out. While you're doing that, since they're in your downline, add agent attraction as one of their business goals. First and foremost, they need to sell houses, but let's talk about agent attraction. This is how I can help you do that, because at first they're not even thinking about that. And then they know where all their systems are. They have their business plan. They've already ordered their cards. They feel empowered. So just those 2, even if they're 20-minute calls, will ensure that your people stay plugged in. And then get them involved as soon as they start going to the lunch and learns and meeting all the other people. Now they don't just depend on you, right? They've got all these other people that they can collaborate with or plug them into the Zooms or the classes, teach them the correct lingo so they can say, hey, you know, I'm going to introduce you to Joe. He's my business partner. He's amazing. Let me connect you guys. And that way you really already have this flow of, I have my 10 and my 10 are trained. They have a business plan. They're going to find their 10. I'm going to help them. We just started doing a thing where before we would say, you know, I want you to get revenue share within your first 90 days. So who do you know that I need to know? And then they start thinking like that. Well, now our group is growing so much, we need everybody to be selling houses. And so we also say, within your first 90 days, I also want you to get your first commission check. So let's business plan on that. Let me show you, you know, KV Core. Let me look at your database, or let me help you set up your things. And yes, it takes a little bit of time, but now if they could get revenue share and commission within their first 90 days, they feel like there's a proof of concept, right? I can do this. I have money coming in both ways. I'm supported. I've got this figured out. I was so stressed out before. They'll start telling other people. They'll want to share that story. And then naturally, okay, now I have one more in my downline. I have one more. I have one more. But yeah, getting them plugged into the systems that are already in place will save you so much time. Touch them, like kind of check in if it's, you know, every other week or once a week, or, hey girl, just checking on you, how everything's going. That goes such a long way. You know, sometimes they're busy, they're not selling houses, they went on a vacation, you know, it's summertime, something happened. Just that little bit of accountability or checking in kind of thing is huge. Yeah, any kind of collaboration or leverage, make sure they're plugged into the Facebook group, make sure they're plugged into Basecamp. If you have no idea about any of that stuff, connect them with Sydney. She'll take over from there, which is really helpful. When they're first doing their application, kind of give them a heads up. Hey, you're going to get a ton of emails. It's going to be like Jeff always says, drinking water from a fire hydrant. There's a lot of information. The great thing about EXP is we offer so much. The tough thing about EXP when you're brand new is there is so much. And so if you preface that with, hey, you're going to have a lot of questions, just text me or call me or email me. They're not going to be worried or stressed out. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to anticipate that they're getting 7 emails and a login, and they have to order business cards. So expectations are super helpful. And then kind of teach them the process of, you know, hey, you're new. This is the best time to kind of have other people look at the company. You can say, I'm brand new. I want you to just look at it, poke some holes in it. Tell me I'm crazy. Did I join the right company? I know you're a new agent too. You're looking at companies. And then do a launch call with them. So do a big announcement on social media, say, hey, you know, Linda just joined with the company. We're so excited. And then spend 5 minutes doing a launch call. If you guys don't have that script, I can send it to you. It's just 5 questions of why they joined, what they like best so far, you know, what are they most excited about? Because you're almost recruiting through people. So let's say, you know, for example, Joe's awesome and he's killing it in real estate, but he probably knows a ton of people and his goal is 25 people. So that one rock star equals 25 more people if I can help him grow. And so really, you get that person in their entire database, which is amazing. So utilize that, do the discovery call, do the strategy call, and then do a launch call. And then they should be plugged in at that point. This is kind of cool. You're the leader. It's kind of hard to think of yourself as a leader if you only have 1 or 5 or 10 people in your group, but you are. I mean, there's 60,000 realtors in EXP, and every agent has the ability to bring on another agent. And so it's like there's 60,000 brokerage options for someone, and they picked you, right? That's huge. So it's kind of something to think about. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I like that. It's like, don't overcomplicate it, make it simple, create a system, invite them, plug them in, copy, and paste. And so keep it really simple. 3 systems of successful leadership. Again, we're not going to go through all of these things, but we'll kind of go through some. I love this. A leader is one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. So, you know, we've kind of already figured out the systems. We're now showing it with others. We're actively doing the exact same thing. So the systems are in place. Don't do the whole do as I say, not as I do. Actually go out and, you know, be productive and go to the lunch and learns and plug in and go to the events, because it just makes such a huge difference. 3, know the 3-way, clear vision and purpose. You guys all, I'm sure you've all done a 3-way call, a 3-way Zoom, you know, talk about real estate, talk about agent attraction, talk about the company. Being 1 step ahead makes you a leader. I really like that. We're kind of forward thinkers if we're here. Success loves speed, right? So if you can do it once, you can do it again and again and again and again. The faster you do that, if you guys follow any trend in business, It's a exponential growth model. And so it takes a while. And then as soon as you really build that foundation, it's just like crazy how fast your group will grow. And so the faster you can build that foundation, for me, it's 100. If you can get to 100 agents, which sounds hard, right? 100, like most people quit before then. If you can get to that, you are set. I mean, can you imagine doing one thing that might be hard and you're set for the rest of your life? It's just wild to think that. So the faster you get there, the faster you're building that foundation, the better momentum you'll have. Know about your systems, know about your community, know about everything that EXP offers, know about the events that are coming up. Do you guys know our website, our Team Legacy website? Awesome. So that has all of the upcoming events. It's very Texas heavy. So there has a lot of Texas events. It has a lot of Texas onboarding and contracts and any kind of question they'll ever have, but all of our events are there. If it doesn't duplicate, it doesn't matter. That's powerful. Jeff, someone's at the door. Sorry. Okay. That's huge for me because if you bring on, like Joe, for example, if you bring on 10 people and those 10 people don't bring on 10 people, then you only have 10 people, which is great. But if it could duplicate, it's so much better. So kind of setting up that system of, this is exactly what I did. Let me help you do exactly what I just did equals 100 people. So here's a question. What does your organization need in order to grow faster right now? You guys can kind of take a note on that. It could be more opportunities to talk to people or get in front of people. It could be better systems or more follow-up, where I need to have more value that I can bring agents so that they want to talk to me about things. Kind of find out what's your, you have your unique value proposition of why, you'd be great to work with and why EXP is amazing, but what are you kind of lacking or that you need leverage with? So kind of think about that. I love this. What are other people at EXP who are growing faster than you doing that you are not doing? Are they just spending more time? Are they, doing more meetings? Are there more follow-ups? Are they having more, people to talk to? What is the situation? Why are they growing faster than you? And kind of follow the leaders. What are one or two things that you can start doing before you even get back home? So we're already here. We're not actually at the sprint, but let's say you want to start growing, you want 25 by the end of the year. What are one or two things that you guys could start doing today that next Tuesday when we have our meeting, you would go, all right, I talked to a couple people, or I've got one, I think that they want to work with me. Anybody have anything that they would want to change or mix up?
Absolutely. I honestly think getting more opportunity to get in front of people. I think I've reached out to pretty much, I know I've reached out to everybody that I possibly know, but just finding other ways to get in front of, more real estate minded people.
I love that. And if you could get in front of more people, then you would have more opportunities, more people would be interested, more people would sign up. I love that. So you might start thinking of lead generation ideas for agents.
Shamia, Amy Lampman is amazing, the best on that. Okay. Do you know her? Have you been to one of her?
No, I haven't.
I'll tell you what she does. We have this thing every other week in the Woodlands, and every other week she's saying, this is all I do. I get on Facebook and she finds events around town. She'll drive anywhere in the city to any realtor party in the city. I'm not exaggerating. She lives in the Woodlands, and she'll say, I got to go. I got to be in Sugar Land. There's some title company party at 4 o'clock. She'll drive to Sugar Land, and she has this one rule. She'll say, I talk to 10 new people and get 10 cards of people I don't know. That's my only goal in driving anywhere. I talk to realtors. And of those 10, I'll highlight one or two and call them back. And it's one of her secrets. That's the truth.
That's awesome.
Just go, dress up a little bit, throw on a little makeup, I put on my wig and just go. Anyway,
I love that.
Hope that helps.
Natural with that. It's wild. she'll make a friend out of like anybody. She'll just walk up to them. Sometimes I get like nervous. I'm like, are you talking? Like, you can't go talk to that person. Like, they're like so cool. And she just walks right up and she's like, hey, I'm Amy. And by the end of it, she has a new contact. And so just like, we have for our production, hey, go talk to 5 people. It doesn't matter if it's a lady at Starbucks, she'll do the same thing. And if it's a lady at Starbucks, she'll say, hey, do you know anyone? I'm in real estate and I'm always looking to connect. First of all, do you know anyone who wants to buy or sell in the next 6 to 12 months? And when they say no, she'll go, do you know of any great realtors in the city? You see a lot of people coming through. Do you know of anyone? She'll even find people who are just business minded. Oh, you're a teacher? Oh my gosh, I'm a teacher. And then she'll teach them how to sign up for their classes. And in 3 or 4 months, she has a new recruit. So just not taking no for an answer and connecting through other connections. Yeah, she's brilliant at that. Awesome. Ideas to implement. So, we already have team legacy. We have a logo. We have core values. We have vision. We have branding. If you don't have a prospecting spreadsheet, you can message me. We have lead sheets for agents, and it goes from who they are, how long have they been in business, what company are they with, how much production do they do, what gaps do they see in their business. Some people are doing business surveys of, hey, I'm interviewing realtors right now in this crazy market. Do you have 5 minutes? And by the end of it, they know exactly how that agent's business is going. And if they're happy with it, or maybe they're feeling behind.
Right. We've tried to do all these. Sorry. Champagne came by and got some open house signs.
That's awesome. We have a ton of open house signs in Houston. If you guys.
Yeah. I like this slide because I actually have this slide saved. I'm trying to do every single one of those. And the reason I'm trying to do every single one of those is so you guys don't have to, right? And I think I have pretty much everything. We have our community calls, our leadership, well, not calls, but Zooms. We're starting to do some coaching with the Team Legacy production group. We're doing live meetings like we're doing now. So all kinds of stuff. So just like with everything, don't feel like you have to do it. We're trying to do it. So if, Sheem, if you have someone just like slightly interested in the model, just be like, I think I was interested. I was super confused about it. There's so many things, but I talked to Jeff and Amanda and they really explained everything to me. If I can get them on a quick call with you or a quick Zoom, would you do that? And then you're kind of, at that point, you're kind of done. Let me and Amanda kind of take over and chat with them and follow up. And obviously when they join, they'll go right up under you. So I think me and Amanda are at the point where luckily, especially with our group, that all we have to do is help people hit their goals and we'll hit ours. So don't say, oh, I don't want to call Jeff, he's too busy. I don't want to call Manny, he's too busy. Too busy. Like, go ahead and let's start doing this.
I love it. Yeah. And another thing is, if you guys do Facebook, how you can do a post, you put it on your story also. I'm not super techy. I'm not very good at like Instagram or any of that, but I learned on Facebook, if you add it to your story, when people are clicking through pictures, you get like 6 times more activity, if you will, people seeing things of you being out and about, or you selling houses or whatever. And they'll go, oh, that's Sheema. She's such a rock star. She's always out and about and she's so social, or she just sold a house. I saw, Jason, you just raised your hand.
Hi, yes. Hi, everyone. So I'm in Orlando, and a problem or a challenge I'm having, and I'd like to overcome this hopefully today, is that I guess you guys are all local to Houston, so everyone's sort of like in Texas or wherever. And, the group is kind of primarily there. And I seem to, I'm on the outside, and it's becoming a challenge now for me to connect. I see all you people like connecting all together, and for me to bring people in and get them in the circle with you guys, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out how is best to do that.
That's great. I love that feedback as well, man. That's awesome. I love your post, by the way. Almost every day you have an inspirational post. And whether you think so or not, I actually enjoy those. Those are pretty neat.
Thank you.
So you have the right mindset for sure. So, we started in Houston. There was 18 agents in Houston at EXP. There's 1,800 agents in the company, and we just started one by one. But just like you're doing now, I think this is the first time I've seen you in this meeting. So continue to make this 10 o'clock meeting just a thing of yours, just like an appointment. Every 10 o'clock on Tuesday, I am there. I'm at this meeting. I'm getting value. I'm asking questions. I'm getting the right mindset, etc. And most of our events are Zoom events. So if you can just plug into the Team Legacy training calendar and start going to those events, those script practices are every Tuesday and Wednesday. What I like to do, especially if someone's out of town, is saying, hey, you know, even if you don't want to join EXP, we have script practice for buyers every single Tuesday, and we have script practice for sellers every single Wednesday. I'd love to see you jump on here and kind of jump in with us and kind of learn how to talk to buyers and sellers. And eventually what I think will happen is they'll start saying, oh, y'all are a cool kind of group. I like everyone in here. What's this EXP thing about? You know, you can do it that route as well.
Right.
And then, like I said, I think most of everything on the Team Legacy calendar, I think, is on Zoom. But yeah, it's kind of good and bad, right? We are kind of a borderless brokerage, which allows us to grow exponentially across different states and countries. And we just opened up Panama today, so that was a big deal. But at the same time, being borderless, being borderless has its differences as well. Like we joined, I think you're in Mickey's group, and
Yeah.
you know, we want to provide as much support as we can, you know, virtually, if that makes
Yeah. So something that maybe, you know, I was thinking like maybe of value to me. I see you guys have these lunch and learns.
Yeah.
If it's something that I don't know, because I have a lot of problems connecting to the Team Legacy and time, and I have like all my stuff going on. So this is actually the first time I saw this meeting. So I was like, oh man, I hopped on it one time, you know.
Great, man.
I tried to kind of get into the script practices, but they were, you know, I sometimes I try to log in, I can't get in, or you know, because of the time difference, it flies past, whatever. Anyways, but bringing it back to agent attraction, and you know, I think these lunch and learns seem to add a lot of value. And you know, if it's something like, you know, can be done probably as a Zoom event or something like that, it would you know, open it up for people that not local.
Yeah,
like
local
me.
like you. So
I could.
what?
I
So
could
you say you're in
invite other agents.
Orlando? You're in Orlando?
Yeah.
Area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if I'm going to do the same thing, but go ahead and go to on I think I've seen you on Workplace. Maybe search for those Orlando EXP groups and see if there's anybody doing a lunch and learn that you can either plug into
Okay.
and try that route, and that would be the easiest, right? But you know, if you get a good group of agents and you get a good group of agents, say, hey, I got about 10, 15 people showing up, and I'm gonna put you on the big screen, Jeff, and I want you to explain the model, dude. I'm all for that. So I don't mind that whatsoever.
Understood.
And, you know, kind of just share the screen and put me on the TV in front of people, and I can zoom in or do whatever and explain the model and answer any questions, and then y'all can get together and drink and hang out and stuff. But our first lunch and learn, I probably had 10 people. Our second lunch and learn, I think 3 people showed up. And I remember a few lunch and learns, probably more than 5, nobody showed up. But it doesn't matter. Me and Amanda were there every single Wednesday, same location, same time, didn't matter. And now, as you can see, our last event, I think 75 people were there. Like so it's kind of a compounding kind of thing. So so the easiest route for me, if I were you, is to try to find different workplace groups in Orlando or Florida, and then see if anybody's doing it, and then just tap into one of those. Or, like I said, prospect agents and get them into a group, and then say, hey, I got a big live webinar I'm doing.
That is actually the route I've been, you know, I started taking. So I've been, you know, began networking with local agents. Because I could see like the need for it come, and I spoke to my local title guy. I'm trying to get a lender. But I don't know what the content is. So maybe we could chat around that, you know, personally later on, so I don't take up all the Zoom time or whatever.
No, you're not.
But these are the type of questions that I have.
Yeah, and, no, you're not.
You know, and things
that's the whole point of these meetings. So typically I like to open up for the last 5 or 10 minutes anyway for questions. So this is perfect. So go to either get with Mickey, who get with me, or go to expteamlegacy.com. That's our website. And you can click on any of the leaders and book a Calendly event directly with them. And it'll have our calendar event as there as well. So I don't know if you're familiar with Calendly, but it's a pretty cool way to book appointments with different people. So me and Amanda have a Calendly, and I think it's just calendly.com/CitySide.
Yeah.
Be able to book a direct strategy session with me and Amanda. What's ever available, as soon as you click it, it goes to my calendar and it's updating, and I live and die by my calendar. If it's on my calendar, I'm there.
Right.
Not on my calendar, I'm not there. It's simple as that.
Understood.
So
okay, I'll probably look into that, and probably we could book a schedule a session and brainstorm a bit.
And I'd love to see you on these meetings every week.
Yeah, do them every Tuesday.
I try my best.
So the cool thing about the company is we really all collaborate at a high level, no matter what revenue share group you're with. And so I'll get with Sydney and see what other lunch learns are happening in Orlando. I know for Houston, there wasn't one, so we had to make one. But like Pat does one in San Antonio, and we have someone else who does one in Austin, and someone who does one in the Woodlands. And it's very much a free for all because we've already set up everything. The sponsors are paying for it all. And so if someone from a different group wants to come in and bring a guest, I don't mind that at all. It actually, the more people that are there, the cooler EXP looks. And so there's probably someone doing it at a high level in Orlando that would love the collaboration, or they might say, hey, you can come, but if you happen to have a sponsor down the road, share that with me and we can kind of collaborate. And so it's this really big growth mindset to where, if it's not happening, we need to find a way that we can do it and create it. But if it's already happening, we'll plug it and see how we can grow it.
Yeah, for sure. And any information. I'm also new to Orlando. I just relocated here from Hawaii, so I'm totally new and don't really know much people. New to EXP as well, so I'm learning and connecting. I had a meeting this morning with an agent from a colleague of mine from KW, and he's part of a team. I spoke to him a few times. I did the interview with him this morning. He's like, oh, sorry about that. He's like, he's part of a team, and then he's telling me he's gonna talk to the team leader and try to bring her across, and we're talking about the whole downline thing. So I even got even more excited about this whole thing, and he's excited, and now I'm looking for more people to talk to, because now that I actually see it, I could tell people about it, and makes sense.
Me and Amanda into that. I know Mickey. I believe Mickey is your sponsor, but plug me and Amanda into that. If you have anybody really, we kind of start from anywhere. Like I said, if that appointment is open in our calendar, then book it. So, and then it gives you an option to give notes. Be like, all right, I just spoke with this guy. He's on a team, but he wants actually to present this opportunity to his team leader. And then me and Amanda and Mickey will be prepared to do that. So.
Yeah, because I think it would be better because to have someone on a higher level of understanding and doing.
Well, yeah, we've been here 5 years. We created a team, and so we can we're probably going to relate. And then me and Amanda, we're all from KW, so we can definitely relate with a lot of Keller Williams agents and the struggles that they're having now. They're doing a lot of changes at KW, and why they're doing that is they're trying to adapt to the new technology and things like that. And some people
I see that.
And so that could be a good target audience for you. Is just to chat with the or KW agents and ask them how they're liking the new changes, how they like KW Command. I know the splits went down a little bit. Is that helping them? All kinds of stuff. So
understood. Yeah.
We do this every Tuesday. We're about to wrap this one up, but we only did 27 of the 200 slides. So next week we'll jump back in this and kind of do a check-in to see how people are doing, if they had any meetings. But definitely we love the 3-way Zooms. I think that's very powerful. If you can't meet in person, that's huge. And that's kind of the new norm with all this COVID stuff. So people are open to just getting a phone call or a Zoom and making that decision.
Yep. All right, guys, we're jumping off here. I'm going to save this recording and put it on our YouTube. So if you guys just YouTube kind of search CitySide Properties Group, EXP, and you should pop up and you'll see all these previous meetings. You'll see a lot of script practice, previous meetings, and all kinds of things you can plug into. So, all right, guys, have a great week.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.